Hello, everyone. I'm very pleased to be back speaking to my Elder Quest friends. I'm Alan Keele. I was gone last fall, partly doing Elder Quest business, taking a group down the Danube. But I did miss all the events. I was very sad to miss some of the most important ones that I saw on the list. But I'm back now on full force, I hope. I'd like to introduce you briefly to my course in the winter semester, which will be on Thursdays at 1 o'clock, starting on the 18th of January. I decided to speak about the Third Reich and our relationship to that, because I think there are many lessons that can be learned. In 2020, just as COVID was breaking on the scene, I gave a class on the young Helmuth Hübener, a young German boy who, with his friends, ran a resistance group to Hitler in 1941 and early 42. But we were interrupted by COVID and we missed a couple of lectures. And so I've always felt like I needed to revisit that thing. Some of you who took that class will remember that Werner Sommerfeld, who's the last living survivor who knew Helmuth Hübener personally, came and spoke to the group, and it was it was a love feast. He loved you guys and you loved him. So this year, the title of my course is a stupid title based on something in the Wizard of Oz, Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my. I called it Mormons and Nazis and Us, oh my. I want to clarify that this is not a course just about Mormons or for Mormons. The topic will cover the relationship of Adolf Hitler and his National Socialist Party to other religions and to other groups. But I happen to be one of the world's leading experts on the relationship of the Mormons because I discovered the Helmuth Hübener story many years ago and have written books and done videos about it and so forth. But basically what we're looking at is, I think, historically, the worst calamity that has happened to the human race. There's the fall of Rome, yes, but then that was picked up. The fall was picked up by the Germans, people like Charlemagne, and so I don't consider that terribly tragic. But there was a terrible tragedy that happened to the world in the 20s and 30s and 40s. 70 million people lost their lives because of one man's insanity. And a country that was known for its music, its poets and thinkers, Germany was like the leading intellectual and spiritual center of the world, sold its soul entirely to the devil and was therefore duly destroyed. In Berlin, there's a mountain. It's the highest place around because Berlin's just a flat place. It's called Der Teufelsberg, Devil's Mountain. And it consists of all the rubble that was heaped up there from the destruction of Berlin in the war. So I intend to talk to you briefly about how this thing happened to the Germans, what people's attitudes were toward it, how it managed to snare people on this side of the Atlantic as well as on that side of the Atlantic, people in the Mormon church, outside the Mormon church, how the Catholics reacted, how the Jehovah's Witnesses reacted, what happened to the Jehovah's Witnesses, who the Nazis persecuted and killed, ranging from the Gypsies, otherwise known as Sinti and Roma. The Jehovah's Witnesses were almost entirely wiped out by the Nazis. The relationship of the Nazis to the Catholic Church and to the Protestant Church at the time. And I'm going to talk to you about how the Mormons dealt with this. And I think it's valuable. I think there are lots of important lessons to be learned from it for our time. And I hope it'll be interesting. I know it'll be interesting because it's fascinated me my whole life. I didn't intend to become a Nazi guy. I'd much rather do Goethe and Rilke and other poets. But I happened to be forced into this, and I was born in 1942, so I suppose I agreed to it before I came down. Just joking, of course. Anyway, I feel very close to Helmuth Hübener, and I'd like you to learn more about him. So I invite you to join me on Thursday, the 18th of January at 1 o'clock for Mormons and Nazis and Us. Oh my. Thank you very much.